Okay. God, we had such a great class going, and then my battery died. It's up to 2% now. It wasn't charging. I had it plugged in, but for some reason the connection wasn't happening. And I was just talking about the family of seven. I call it the circle of seven, or C-7. If you go to my website, that's how I talk about the 7 fixed and semi-fixed cards. It cut out, so I'm wondering if I should be talking about this or not. Let me just ask my guides, should I drop this? Of course, I'm gonna drop this. I'm all about dropping this information for free because karma and like selfishness has withheld secret and valuable information from. I mean, it's why leaders follow astrology. It's why, you know, there is a nexus in the royal family around the clubs. You think they don't know how that works? You don't think that they plan when their children are born, especially the king of clubs. And what do we see the king of clubs holding but a globe? And Robert Camp said to me one time, "That's the master card of the deck." And I was like, "I thought it was the king of spades." And he goes, and I knew in that moment, it's the not in that moment, but I've learned it's the master of this dominion. Dominion voting much? Dominion, dominate, oppression, matrix, mundane. So, not the true nature of the universe and life and love. The King of Clubs rules this planet with consciousness. If they can manipulate your consciousness, they have you. That's why corporate media is owned by 4 companies. It actually goes back to one bloodline family. They know about this system. That's your little mini red pill for the day. So I'm going to continue talking about the circle of 7, and then I'm going to sign off. And I hope everybody in my wonderful class moments ago gets to see the rest of this. Well, if you're supposed to see it, you'll see it. That's how it works. So the King of Spades represents God. Hi, we're back. We're back. My battery just died. So I'm gonna drop this information. Let's see. Let me write them out in order. I need a pencil. I need a stapler. I need my stapler. Okay, so we have the King of Spades, and it does go in descending order. Okay, that pen doesn't want to work. King of Spades, Jack of Hearts, 9 of Hearts. We'll insert the 8 of Clubs in there between the 9 of Hearts and the 7 of Diamonds. And then we have the 2 of Hearts and the Ace of Clubs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. King of Spades is God the Father, Creator God, the source. And there's a neutrality about that source. Oneness, because that 52 will reflect anybody back to itself in its totality, which is a real gift. My mom was just absolutely amazing. I miss her. I miss her so much sometimes. She died a couple of years ago of dementia. And what a freedom for her to be freed from her mind for a while, because their only planetary ruler is the 5 of Clubs, which is the racing mind. Anyway, then the Jack of Hearts is Jesus. Okay, so I'm going to say King of Hearts, Creator, Source. Jack of Hearts, Jesus, or the human emanation on the planet, will say Ascended Master, Awakened One. Kind of like the Guru, because it's Jupiter and Venus, and one of the meanings of Jupiter is the Guru. So it's like the one to whom we look on the earthly plane for an example. Show us how it's done. The 9 of Hearts is the Comforter or Holy Spirit. This spiritual guiding presence, the Counselor's card, unconditionally loving. They're kind of, in the negative, they're kind of control freaks. I don't find 9 of Hearts to be particularly sweet and kind and approachable and comforting until they work through their shit, and then they can be really wonderful. Well, and I'm the 7 of diamonds, so hello, like, it's my other side, but it's the Saturn or whatever, so it's kinda more that hard. But the 9 of hearts in the natural spread, the spiritual or natural spread is Venus, right? So it's supposed to be really loving. Anyway, so that's the comforter. The 8 of clubs. Okay, I just kind of came up with this winging it. I'm not sure about the 8 of clubs, but I call it the Akashic records. They have access to the files of information on the eternal plane. And what I've found is that 8 of clubs will either be really, really amazing, totally mundane and climbing under the carpet like I'm nobody special, like they're running from it, or they're crazy. They lose their mind because they can't navigate both planes at the same time. Like they have access to infinity, but they have to be here. And they're like, I don't know how to be a personality and know everything that I know at the same time. It's tricky. So I'm just going to call that the Akashic records. I don't know. There's something special in that divine expression somehow. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe there's another spiritual, like Buddha. Maybe it's like the Buddha mind, but that's really the Ace of clubs. We'll get that. We'll get there. The 7 of diamonds is the prophet. And this came from a workshop with Robert Camp. I think it did. I'm not sure. I think I might have come up with this myself. The 7 doesn't seek power. They're exactly halfway between the king and the ace. They have this conduit to the divine in a way that they can seem eccentric, weird, out there, but it's because they're kind of, they can be connected in a way that sets them apart. And this can be really hard for them because they never feel normal, never fit in. But 7s are the prophet to the king because they don't seek power. So I have a lot of friends who are kings. They want my counsel and they know that I'm not going to have issues with their power. I don't care about power. So the 7 of diamonds prophet to the king. The 2 of hearts. Oh, you're going to love this. This is the lover beloved. So in Sufism and in Christianity, we have I call the 2 of hearts, ace of clubs, intimacy, oneness, connection. With the 2 of hearts, it's that, like Rumi the Sufi calls God the friend and like the lover beloved. Oh, because you're a Cancer. Yes, that's what connects us. Yeah. Okay. I get it. So that is the emanation of relationship. That's that part of you that's like, okay, I get this whole Buddhism thing, but it's a little sterile. I need to connect emotionally with God in relationship. I need to think of God as my beloved, my brother, my father, my friend, my mother, my this other that I am in intimate connection with. And because we are in separation as human beings, we've come here to have the experience of being separate. In fact, you're not fully healthy until you realize your separateness. And then when you're separate and you go in here and you go, oh, look at, there's the whole universe. And you're one with everything, but you've got to do the separateness thing. So that's the differentiation thing. So the 2 of hearts is that part of you that's like, I want to be in relationship to the divine. So this is that part of me that wakes up every morning and I say, I'm going to feel your love. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to make myself sit in this sunshine, even if I can't feel it. I know this is the truth. And I align myself to this truth with my will, even if I can't feel it. Okay, so then what's the ace of clubs? You come all the way down to the bottom. You distill it down. Where does God live? And you ask a child who lives in the Far East, and they'll say, here. They know I am Buddhism, the Buddha, oneness, sitting in meditation, self-knowing with capital S, Yogananda Self-Realization Fellowship with a capital S. I am this. I am that. You are that. This is all there is. That's all there is. It's the oneness principle. And it can seem kind of sterile, but it's also like really calm. It's like really mellow. So, Rikara, I wonder if when you turn 45, if you're going to feel that shift and all of the Two of Hearts hand you've been working on, which is basically the Mars line, you get flipped up to the Ace of Clubs, which means you can work the Mercury line into the Venus. And underneath, it's all hearts. So it might be more emotional development after 45, actually. Even though it's the Mercury line, it's all about emotional development, right? So anyway, that's just a theory. I've discovered that when I turned 45, I switched into the Nine of Hearts line more prominently. Oh, I almost touched my screen. So I didn't have, the biggest relief is that I found my twin flame. So the Two of Hearts is my Saturn card. I found my twin flame at age 44. And then when I turned 45, it's like, oh, thank God I don't have the classroom of relationship anymore. So that was a very dramatic felt shift for me. And you might feel that too, going into 45, that you, whatever's been kind of that thorn under your saddle might just ease up. So now my Saturn card is the Nine of Diamonds, and it's like, okay, it's about generosity, surrender, infinite value. I am of infinite value. Yeah, I did a little recording on the Rikara knows. She's holding my hand through all this. I don't know what kind of agreement we have, but I couldn't be doing this without you, Rikara. I just love you. So anyway, then what's really cool about the progression of the circle of 7 is that you're down in that oneness principle, and then you merge with Source, which is the King of Spades. So it's a circle. Maybe there's a reason I called it the circle of 7. And I think that we progress through all of these, which makes me want to share. I am going to share this. This is on my other channel, but I'm going to stand up to share this. In Hinduism, we chant the names of God in order to embody them and to know that we are those aspects. There is nothing here but God. There's not us and God. It's God as us. So when we chant the divine names, like in Sufism and in Hinduism, we're aligning with the vibration of something, which is very informative. Okay, so this is the most calming thing I've come up with lately. Okay, this is the mantra Gobinde Mukunde Udare Apare Hariyong Kariyong Nirname Akame. And I'll tell you what they all mean. And then I have motions with them. And if you go onto my Paula Kruger channel and look for the Mukunde thing, then I show you the motions I've come up with to deepen into this. I've been doing this for years. It's really powerful. Okay. Gobinde is the sustainer, like Big G God. And then you do this. See, Mukunde is the liberator. So Mukunde. Udare is the enlightener or the supporter, like supporting you with enlightening messages on your journey, Udare. And I just barely scratched the surface of these names, but this is what I've come up with, what I know so far. Udare. Apare is infinity. Think of up. Apare. Like, yeah, I'm all supported and this is a really hard journey, but infinity. It's kind of frees your mind. Apare. The next 4 is Hariyong, coming in from the left, the destroyer principle. Kariyong, the growth or creation, planting a seed aspect. Nirname is nameless. So it's like I'm canceling myself out with my hands here. Nirname, no ego. Nameless. What is God doing in me right now? No one knows the name of that. Nirname. And then Akame. Don't bow, don't close your eyes, be in dignity, and don't need anybody or anything. Akame is desirelessness, okay, all by itself. Doesn't that feel good? So yeah, to go through all of those, go to my channel and, when I'm all up in my head and just totally, out of whack. I do that to gather myself and align with the truth of my vertical self. So what am I? Seven of Diamonds, prophet. Maybe that's one of my things is I'm this word of, oh, Denise, thank you. I'm so glad you love that. It's incredibly helpful. The word mantra literally means mind protector, and those seed sounds aren't just representational, they're the actual vibration of something. So when you say Om, that is the actual sound of the vibration of existence, of God. Om. And if you've ever been like after a yoga class, oh, good, you found us again. Oh, yeah, you got to go back, sister, and listen to the whole Circle of Seven talk I gave about the divine emanations that we are. But when you make that sound Om with an entire yoga class, and you're just like, if you've ever done that, you're just like in bliss because you're making the sound of the vibration of the universe. So that's the power in getting a mantra going. And you know how you get a song stuck in your head? It's meant to do that. Your mind does that. And when you give it a mantra, you get a mantra stuck in your head. And then the mantra begins working you. So what mantra should you pick? Does anybody have a mantra that they like? And it's important. I mean, English words are okay, but they're representational, not actual. So they're just random sounds that we've assigned to mean something. Oh, Rikara, look at her supporting me. Yeah, and check out my website. It is kismet.com. It is kismet. Hopefully I spelled that right. So, yeah, if you're not on Clubhouse, that is the most amazing app for cardology. Isn't it so cool? It's like people are gathering there. Rikara and was it Tanisha? You guys pulled me into Clubhouse and it's been like amazing. Anyway, what was I just saying? I don't remember. You're my king of, oh, that's true. That's interesting. Elvish. Melon. It means friend. Speak friend and enter. I don't know, maybe. That guy knew stuff. Him and C.S. Lewis, they knew stuff, like what was going on in secret societies and underneath everything. So those books are disclosure, everything that those guys wrote. And yes, Tolkien was I think he was the Seven of Clubs. So think Jack of Spades. Yeah, and C.S. Lewis, Four of Hearts, telling the story that brings us home. That's my theme for the Four of Hearts. Isn't it beautiful? Telling a story that brings us home. Oh, I got the chills when that came through. So the mantra, yes. Tanisha. Yeah. Oh, he is. He's so magic. So a mantra, I'm going to teach you a mantra, a really simple mantra. I tried to teach this one recently and it was a bit much. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Like when I want to reconnect with my oneness, see how easily that comes is because it worked me. It worked me. And it matches up with each one of the chakras, breathing up and then breathing down. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. And that Yogananda taught that with his secret Kriya yoga practice. And it's like, yeah, it was secret because it's really powerful, but I'm all about making it accessible. Let me ask my guides, what should I share? Gopala, Gopala, Devakinandana Gopala. Gopala means goat herder. Devakinanda was the mother of Krishna. But because it sounds like Gopala, I really like that. Gosh, I don't have one coming to me. So I would say, probably because everyone needs a different one, it will find you. You can just go in and type in Hindu mantra on YouTube, and you will just play around with what you find. And when I typed in, I can't share it here, but it's I will share how to find it. Um, Gobinde. Oh, it's not. Did I get the It Is Kismet in there? It is Kis. Okay, and Gobinde Mukunde. And that, if you just type that into YouTube, and then you get music with it and they sing it, someone's singing it over and over in the background, that really seeds it, even if you can't repeat it yet, just hearing it. Mind protector. It will protect your mind. And man, our minds are the target in this matrix. If they've got your mind, then they can get you to feel, and then you give off a vibration, and then they're in control if you're in fear. So, yeah. Anyway, any other questions or comments before we close out the meeting? You've all been wonderful, really wonderful. Maybe we should do this again. And by the way, there are specific mantras for specific things. Like Lakshmi is the principle of infinite abundance. Like when I was really determined to break through my money limitations as a 7 of diamonds, I was like, I'm going to dedicate this whole year to breaking through this. I'm going to storm the gates of heaven and I'm going to find my prosperity. So I applied the energy of aggression and will, because I was like, nothing else is working. And so I sat by this river and I watched the water flow towards me, and it was unceasing. And I was like, that's Lakshmi. That's reality. That's nature. Infinite abundance. They've fed us this line of shit that there's not enough to go around, scarcity. That's like selling a refrigerator to an Eskimo. I am infinite abundance. I'm going to start to say that. So if you want to generate abundance, then look up a Lakshmi chant. If you want to burst through your obstacles, you go for, what's that? Ganesha. He's the elephant god. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's it for now. Oh, thanks again, you guys. I love you so much. Your support means everything to me right now. Yeah, I don't want to put any obligation or pressure on you. It's just gratitude, really. I just want to say, wow. It's a breakthrough moment for me to show up in kind of a different way, and I'm being met with graciousness and receptivity, and it's like, keep sharing it, and I've been pursuing and studying this stuff in a very private way for about 25 years. So, oh God, what a beautiful thing to say. Wow. I'm going to write that down. We will always pour into you. Think of God saying that to you. Think of all of your deceased loved ones and your family on the other side. Thank you, Rikara. We will always pour into you. Like, there's my mom. I can see her right now. So occasionally I talk to people who have passed over, and she's just like, oh, more than you know, more than you know. Yeah. Thanks, you guys. All right. Have a really wonderful day. I do. We've all got the most amazing cheerleaders, and they're so excited and they're really amused with us. Like sometimes you can hear them laughing at you. Do you ever laugh when you're all by yourself? You're like, oh my God. Okay. It's a little vulnerable. Not as many people in the room now. No, it's at 5. I'm going to share this thing with you that makes me laugh every time I think of it. And it just came through me. So, Boy George. Well, and I did this on TikTok. I can't believe I did this, but it's like, every morning I stand at my window and I repeat these words. This is my new spiritual practice. And I say to God, do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Okay, that's all for today. I love you guys. Talk to you later. Wonderful, peaceful day to you. Okay, did you pee your pants a little? I do that all the time. I get all these advertisements for, like, Depends and incontinence problems and This is Max. Max, what's your card? Yeah? You're bored. I haven't taken him out to go poo-poo yet. Oh, that's great. Thanks, Lisa, and welcome to Cardology. It is magical. Trust yourself, like, learn the basics, but trust what you get. Everyone's got a very individual relationship. Okay. Sounds great, man. And if you go on my website, you'll see talks that I give. Well, on my kit, just go back on this channel to like playlists. And I talk about the different court cards. Like if you're a heart, look at the queen, the king, and the jack of hearts and how that's you. Anyway, I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.